Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness, with your spiritual guide and Twinflame coach Neha. In today's episode, we will explore the 8 stages of a twin flame journey. So, let's begin. The stage 1, which is often called the yearning. Before you meet your twin flame, your counterpart. Many people experience an unexplained longing before meeting someone they later identify as a twin flame. And this has happened with me too. Before meeting my twin flame, I came across many relationships, but it always felt empty. It always felt like something was missing in my life. Even if the other person reciprocated their love, there was a void in my heart which their love could never fulfill. I was never satisfied in such relationships. And sometimes, even when you are not in any kind of relationship, you feel loneliness. You become lonely. And that loneliness fills a void in your heart. You feel like something important is missing in your life. You may notice that you are feeling different from others, or maybe seeking deeper purpose. You start losing interest in superficial relationships, and people also start healing wounds before they meet their counterpart. And this stage may reflect increased self-awareness and a desire for deeper connection. Spiritually, many people believe that actually your soul is preparing for an important lesson. And the most important work during this stage is not finding another person. It is actually becoming familiar with yourself. It is becoming comfortable with your loneliness. It is about carrying the confidence, the courage to carry out that void, that loneliness in your life. Now the second stage is recognition. That means the meeting, when you meet your divine counterpart. Now this meeting stage can feel unusually intense. When you cross paths with your counterpart, you feel like you've known them forever. That person doesn't feel new, even though you have never met them in your entire life. It feels like homecoming, and you develop an immediate trust towards that person. Conversations may flow effortlessly, and time seems to disappear. Many people during this stage, they often describe this stage as soul recognition, because your souls have already met in the past life and in the other realm, that is the 5D. So when your souls have already met in the 5D, that soul recognition feels intense, like you've already known that person. Now, sometimes feeling an instant connection does not automatically mean that someone is your twin flame. Sometimes strong chemistry can arise for many other reasons. The meaning of twin flame relationship becomes clearer over time through mutual respect, growth, and healthy interaction, and not just through intensity alone. The third stage is the honeymoon stage, which is quite famous because during this stage, love feels magical. everything feels effortless. Both people may experience excitement, joy, and a deep emotional bond. Many people in this journey describe this period as one of the happiest times of their lives. They feel completely understood. They feel emotionally safe, inspired, motivated. And this stage often opens the heart chakra because it encourages vulnerability and hope. But beneath this beautiful connection, beneath this beautiful meeting, old emotional patterns are still waiting to surface in the next stage. Now let's come to stage 4, which is the most intense stage, which we also call the trigger stage, and where your counterpart appears as a mirror. And this is exactly where the journey becomes challenging. Now, many people they describe twin flames as a mirror. And they describe it as a mirror not because both people are identical. It is because the relationship reflects unresolved fears, insecurities, and emotional wounds. You may notice fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, jealousy, anxiety, childhood trauma, people pleasing. Suddenly, the relationship that once felt peaceful and content becomes emotionally intense. And during this stage, many people feel uncertainty in their life. And they feel uncertainty, they go through such uncertainty not because something went wrong. It is because the relationship begins revealing areas that needs healing. And healing these patterns can be transformative regardless of any relationship labels. Now let's come to the 5th stage, which is the runner and the chaser dynamic, which is also a very intense part of this journey. Many twin flames have experienced the runner-chaser dynamic, where one person withdraws while the other seeks greater closeness. The runner may feel overwhelmed and the chaser may feel desperate to reconnect. It is important to remember that these roles are not fixed and can change over time as per your healing and ascensions, and that happens when the divine feminine actually heals, does the inner work, and ascends in her journey. That is the time when the tables turn. And when the tables turn, the divine masculine starts becoming the chaser in this journey. And the universe plays its role. How does it play its role? It plays its role when the tables are turned and the divine feminine who was chasing for so long becomes the runner and the divine masculine becomes the chaser. So they play their own roles as per their healing and ascension in this journey. Now, I will not say that neither role is inherently better, because the runner may need space and the chaser may need reassurance. Growth happens when both individuals begin addressing their own emotional patterns instead of trying to control each other's responses. Now the 6th stage is the separation phase, which is also called the dark night of the soul. For many, this is the most painful stage. Even I have gone through this stage. It's quite confusing and it's extremely painful because communication may stop. You don't know where this relationship is heading. Distance increases and life feels uncertain. Not just uncertain in your relationship, it feels uncertain in other areas of your life. Many describe profound grief, sadness, or even confusion. But as per spirituality, this stage is often associated with deep inner transformation. And during this stage, people often start healing their childhood wounds, building their self-worth, developing healthier boundaries, and rediscovering their personal passions. This happens because the separation feels extremely painful. So the universe pushes them to work on themselves instead of waiting for the other person. Ironically, this separation often becomes the catalyst for the greatest personal growth. Now, the seventh stage, after all such pain and such a difficult time in this journey, the seventh stage is about inner union. Now, inner union means returning to yourself. During this stage, something begins to change. Because instead of focusing solely on the other person, your attention turns inwards. Many people start feeling calmer and more grounded. They may no longer feel consumed by constant thoughts of reunion or union. Instead, they restart their life, they reboot their life by concentrating on themselves, by meditating, by connecting to divine, giving themselves self-love. They start becoming more creative. They focus on spiritual practices. They try to learn the art of forgiveness. So, whether or not the relationship resumes, this stage centers on becoming more whole within yourself. Inner peace no longer depends entirely on another person's presence during this stage. Now let's come to the eighth and the last stage, which is the reunion or acceptance. And this stage I would like to name it as a new beginning, because the final stage involves reunion or union. However, reunion does not always mean a romantic relationship. Sometimes it means reconnecting with the other person in a healthier way, drawing your boundaries, developing your self-esteem and self-worth in life. For many people, it means accepting that the relationship served its purpose and moving forward with greater wisdom towards their own soul purpose. Because, like I've always told you, the true destination of the journey is not simply being together with your counterpart. It is not simply about achieving your union. The main goal in this journey, when we talk about reunion or acceptance, is it is about becoming more conscious, more compassionate, and authentic version of yourself. The version of yourself which the divine and universe always wanted you to be since childhood, or maybe before the time you were even born. So the greatest lesson is that love is not only something we receive in this journey. Love is something that we cultivate within. We come into acceptance, irrespective of whether we achieve reunion or union in this lifetime. You have to be focused, you have to be determined about your soul purpose in this life. And until and unless you don't build yourself and create that inner union with yourself and the divine, you will never be able to receive those gifts, receive those blessings, abundance, or the path towards your soul purpose. Now, before I end this video, let's clear up few myths or few misconceptions. Many people think that every intense relationship is a twin flame, especially since it has been trending so much on the internet nowadays. But let me tell you that every intense relationship is not a twin flame. You have to double check it. Intensity alone doesn't define the nature of a relationship. Sometimes it can be karmic, sometimes it can be a soulmate. Secondly, the myth is that you should tolerate unhealthy behavior because someone is your twin flame. No, you shouldn't. Because respect, safety, and healthy boundaries remains very important in every relationship, even if the other person is your divine counterpart. They cannot treat you the way they want to. They may be distorted, but you have ascended. So when you are ascended, you will never allow any other person, even if they are your counterpart, to treat you poorly. That is an injustice and disrespect to yourself. The third reason is that many people think that reunion is guaranteed. Now, I will put my own experience in this. Actually, reunion is only guaranteed when you work on yourself, when you come into acceptance of the light and the darkness that this journey provides. You cannot be dreamy and procrastinate about achieving reunion or union without doing any inner work, without working on yourself, and without coming into alignment with yourself. That means you don't respect yourself enough. You don't respect the universe, you don't respect the divine. And when you don't respect yourself, don't expect any kind of union or reunion in this lifetime. Because if they are your mirror soul, you first need to respect yourself. When you respect yourself, when you develop inner growth, self-esteem, your worth, that is how your counterpart also starts coming into alignment. And they also start understanding that self-esteem, self-worth, being respectful is important. So this journey carries greatest transformation which comes through personal growth. And it guarantees reunion, inner union or physical union only when you are, you really accept this journey from your heart. Like I've told you in many episodes, coming into acceptance just does not mean meditating or doing inner work. Coming into acceptance means you have accepted your life the way it is. You have accepted that people have treated you wrong, yet you forgive them because you are an ascended soul. Now, if you don't forgive the other person, if you start behaving like them, what will be the difference between them and you? That is a question which you need to ask yourself. Like I told you, many people got triggered with my previous few episodes because I told that they curse their counterpart, which they do, which is absolutely wrong. They are carrying their own soul mission, they are carrying their own karmic cycles, their own generational curses, so are you. So that does not give you the authority or power to curse someone else. Even if that person is not your counterpart, even if it is a family member who is a karmic, you don't have the right to curse that person because they are going through their own cycles in life, they are going through their own karmic cycles. Now, I might sound very rude, or I might sound like, okay, she's a guide, she's a mentor, so she's saying this because she is already ascended. I can understand that. I used to think that when previously I used to listen to some podcasts, and the ascended masters used to say that you need to forgive people around you, and I used to wonder, like, how is it possible to forgive someone who've hurted you so much? I can absolutely understand that feeling. But inner work, shadow work, ascension cannot be done without forgiveness. You have to forgive your ancestors, you have to forgive your karmic parents, your karmic siblings, the family that you were born in, because it was not your choice. It was the divine who has placed you there for a purpose. You cannot curse your counterpart. Many people got triggered because I said that, because they are cursing their counterpart, which they are doing, they did not like it. They come to the inbox and they tell me that he's treating me, she's treating me in such and way. They will treat you because they are distorted. Even you were distorted. You had many relationships. Why don't you judge yourself first before judging others? Tell me, is it fair? You are not perfect as a human. So how can you point finger on someone else, that to someone who is your counterpart? I know these talks are very serious and very intense, especially for people who have discovered that they are their twin flame, or they are into this journey, or maybe they have just entered the separation phase. It might be quite triggering and painful. They might be even not liking this video, or maybe not liking my voice, thinking that this lady is giving too many advices, maybe because she's in inner union. But let me tell you one thing very clearly. Even if I'm in an inner union, or I've achieved inner union or reunion, I have gone through fire. I have gone through hell, like I told you in the other episodes. Even I was at your place. I used to blame people. I used to play the blame game, that why am I here? Why this person is treating me so badly? But now I realize that they are treating me badly, or they have been treating me badly, because it is a part of my karmic cycles. It is probably that I have also treated them the same way in some other past lives, in some other realm. So if you've heard that song, what goes around comes back around, by Justin Timberlake, please go and listen to that. That song has been coming up on my feed again and again since past 2-3 days. What goes around comes back around. In this lifetime, from your past life, it comes back around. So when people treat you bad, don't take it personally. Maybe you have done nothing to them in this lifetime. But also remember that you are a divine feminine or divine masculine who must have done something to that person in your past life or in any other realm. So these 8 stages that I have described is not very easy. The twin flame journey itself is not an easy task. It's very difficult. That's why there are many people who are teaching, who are mentoring, who are trying to help these communities so that they actually understand their soul purpose and come out of that pain. And even I am one of them. I'm trying to pull you out from that pain. In my time, there was nobody to guide me or tell me that why this journey feels so painful. There was nobody to tell me that why am I blaming my counterpart. There was nobody to tell me that if you don't do your inner healing properly, nobody is going to come and save you, which is the truth. You are responsible alone in this journey. Nobody is going to come and do it for you. If you're thinking that someone or your counterpart will come, you will rely on them, someday we'll do inner union will never happen if you are not individual, if you don't believe in yourself, if you are not strong alone. This is a solo journey. Just the name is twin flame. The tag is twin flame. There is nothing twinning in this except for telepathy and for your souls. In physical world, in physical realm, it is a solo journey. You have to understand that. I might sound very harsh, but I have been there, I have done that, so I know. If you take this journey personally because someone is treating you badly, you are born into a family where there's so much pain and you start blaming people, you are never going to come out of it, no matter how much meditation you do, how much inner work you do. Firstly, it's about forgiving people around you. Forgiving them and apologizing at the same time if you have done any wrong to them in the past lives. So be mindful in this journey. Don't curse. Don't speak ill about anyone. Just be careful when you open your mouth. Use your discernment and just know that this journey is a solo journey. There are no partners here. You've come alone and you'll go alone. You're just fulfilling your soul purpose. You're fulfilling your work. Just think that this is an assignment given to you by the divine, by the universe, and you need to fulfill that assignment. You need to finish that assignment in a proper way. So if you like this episode, do like, share and subscribe. For any kind of personal guidance, you can WhatsApp or email me. My contact details have been given in the description box. I'll be bringing 3 new healings very soon. If anybody is interested, you can WhatsApp me. I'll provide you the details. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you again in another episode.